What's happening? This is 9/11, and you are tuned in to AVG Podcast. As always, man, you know how we do it. Let's get to it. So today, I got comedian, entrepreneur, motivational speaker, film, TV project. You wearing a lot of hats. You got on a nice one today, but a hometown favorite as well, man. I'm pleased to introduce one of our hometown favorites, man. Dlay, what's happening with you, cousin?
What's happening, good brother? Thank you for the introduction. I appreciate it.
Hey, man, hey, you got royalty, got comedic royalty on the podcast with me today, man. I'm glad you
Yeah.
had a chance to drop in, man. That's what's up. So,
Hey,
man,
man, I
let's go.
appreciate it.
Yeah, let's go all the way back to the beginning, man. Cause like I told you when we were setting this up, man, I always knew you as a stand. I don't know if your fan base really know, man. You was a standout athlete around the town, so man, that's what I knew Dlay as. So, man, what was the transition to comedy, man? And how far did the sports did you actually go with sports before you transitioned into comedy?
That's a great question, good brother. Man, you should have been a journalist. Let me tell you something. Athletics was always in my upbringing, but the transition happened when I was in college. When I was in college, I was
Okay.
always the funny guy in high school, the funny guy in college. And when I started dealing blackjack,
Okay, yeah, you
um,
gotta clarify that, man. We don't want to let no
you
speak.
got to clarify that thing. When I started dealing
Yeah.
blackjack, a guy proposed it to me. Just a random
Mm-hmm.
customer that was on the river boats and gambling and wasn't, just watching my games because I was wild on the tables.
Yeah.
I wasn't a
Yeah.
traditional dealer, just sitting there, just dealing. I was wild. I was talking trash. I was just doing me. And the
Uh-huh.
guy said, "Hey man, you should be doing comedy." And I'm like, man, I don't know what this dude's talking about. Because at this point, I'm not gonna have a professional career or a collegiate career that's gonna be, touted. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of looking for something else to do. But I never even considered comedy because I'm like, I don't even how are you gonna make money? Because I don't even know
Yeah.
comedians make money. I have no idea. So the guy talked to me and he said, "Hey man, you're funny. I think you should try it." And I gave it a shot and I hated it. I actually hated it. I didn't like it.
No shit.
Hated it. When
That's
people say,
crazy.
because you hear this a lot. You hear people say, the first time we saw him on stage, we knew he was a star.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't believe in that. Because
Mm-hmm.
like with comedy, no matter how funny the funniest person that you know that's not a comedian is,
Mm-hmm.
it's a real art. It's a craft. You have to learn the timing of it. It's
Facts.
so many moving parts while that one person is on stage,
Mm-hmm.
and people just look at it and it's I could do that.
Yeah.
So I
I can
never
make you laugh.
right. It's
Yeah.
a difference between making somebody laugh just in a regular conversation versus I've got an hour to make you laugh. You know what I mean? It's a
Yeah.
big difference. So yeah, I didn't like it, man, because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have any guidance. I just went on stage and
Mm.
boom. Oh
Damn.
man, it was terrible.
It was
It
terrible.
It was terrible. God
Yeah.
damn, it was terrible. Let me tell you how bad it was. Now, at the time, I don't want my girlfriend to come
Mm.
because I don't know what she gonna see. This shit might
Yeah.
not go
Yeah.
good. I don't
Mm-hmm.
I don't want I don't bring your ass in here. Hey, you stay until I figure out how to do this shit, and then you
Yeah.
come
Yeah.
support. Don't support me. Stop supporting me. Stop being so damn supportive. Let me go
Yeah.
see.
Let me figure this shit out.
Man, I came off that stage. And I walked back through the green room and came through the audience and was walking towards the bar. I looked up and saw my girlfriend. I got re-pissed. Like, what you doing here? She was like, you did so well. I was like, man, no, I didn't, man. What do you do? Not even. I started telling her, she not 21. I told on her.
Trying to get her boss out.
Hey. She was like, oh, don't worry about it. You're going to be fine. I'm like, oh, man. I was like, I'll just talk to you later. She leaves me. And this lady comes up to me. Well, my back was to her. This is how
Mm.
pissed I was.
Yeah.
My back was to her at the bar. I'm probably taking my second shot at this point because I'm trying to drink this shit away.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
was terrible. I want this to go away. I get a tap on my shoulder and I just look over and she says, hey, I want to talk to you about doing another show. I said, ma'am, did you see what just happened? Did you see the shit? Did you? Yes, I saw it and I see something in you. I was like, ma'am, just let it go. I'm done with this. She was like, no,
Yeah.
listen. take my card. We're gonna be in touch. I was like, ma'am, I'm never doing comedy again. You can leave me the hell alone. She leaves. I finish getting lit that night. I go to work the next morning. People that know me at work, because most of the people that was at the show was from my job.
Yeah.
All the people
Yeah.
from the riverboat was at the job. So when I got there, this is how bad I bombed. I want listen how terrible shit was for me that night. The next day at work, people that knew me,
Yeah.
that talked to me all the time, that loved me, they didn't even know what to say to me.
Damn.
Hey, man. Hey,
Damn.
at least you got a job. They didn't know what to say. They
Yeah.
had no
Yeah.
idea. I go to my table to begin my day, and that lady is at my damn table, the lady from the bar. She says, "Hey, listen, I know you told me no, but I just want to check one more time. I have a show and I really want you." I said, "Ma'am, listen, I'm never doing comedy again. Please leave me alone if I tell on you. I told on my girlfriend last night. I will tell on you. Please."
Yeah.
She said, "Okay, I won't ask you anymore. Just do this one show for me." I said,
Mhm.
"Okay. I'm gonna do this one. I see something in you. Man, stop saying what you see in me. Stop. I don't see it." I take the show. I get to the venue. The show's like 3 days away. I get to the venue. I see all these people. This woman has put me into a competition. I am in a comedy competition. I am pissed. I didn't sign
Damn.
up for this shit. I just want to come in, do my little 3 to 5 minutes, and be out so I can just say
Yeah.
I did you a favor and I'm out. I'm
Yeah.
in a whole goddamn competition. I'm pissed.
Damn.
I
Life come
go
at
up,
you fast.
do my thing, and for the first time I heard them laugh, and I was like, "Oh wow, this is what this
That's
feels
up.
like." And
Yeah.
I was hooked from there.
That's what's up. So answer this for me. Because coming from where we
Mhm.
come from, like you say, Alexandria, then you was in BR. I saw you did some stuff at the Funny Bone. So where did you hone your skills? Because you see now a lot of people fast tracking and taking shortcuts to get into comedy. Where did you hone your skills and, like you say, learn how to work your material, learn how to work a story and build up like that? How did you hone your skills?
I'm glad you asked, good brother. I learned in Baton Rouge at this club called Club Culture. It was an African club, an African owner. The owner name was Olu. Olu didn't give a shit about nothing but you buying a beer. He just wanted you to buy beers out of his shit. He didn't care how good the act was. He didn't care what was in there. He didn't care. He'd be trying to put all kind of shit in there. He got a soca night, dance competition, poetry, and comedy. He threw all that shit in one pot
Everything.
because he just wants you to buy. He just want people to buy a beer.
Just come. Yeah.
And I went in and I was hosting that night.
Mm-hmm.
It was every Monday night, and the crowd started off with maybe like 6 or 7 people, and it just gradually grew. And this
Mm.
was a tough audience. They just were not laying down for the jokes.
Yeah.
And I had to learn how to work on my feet as well as working the material within this whole hosting thing because some nights I only have one comedian and I got to do all this time.
Yeah.
So I was able to
Mm.
learn how to improv and be able to create material out of nothing. And you know what I mean? Whatever I'm talking to an audience member, I'm not staying on them too long. I'm coming up with a punchline that's, in a few seconds. These are little things I would time myself on. Just honing in. I knew I
Mm.
wanted to be able to talk about anything on stage. And club culture
Yeah.
was that was my playground
Yeah. That was a free
or
fall right there.
battleground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, check this out. Like I say, a lot of comedians now they taking the shortcut route. They got the skit comedy out online now. What do you feel about that? Do the comedians is kind of jumping the step, or do you feel like comedy has now become? It's kind of like how music has. It's evolved to where like anybody with a phone, anybody with any type of recording device, they can put something online, put comedian in their bio, and do shows and stuff like that. Where you got to work your way up to get shows. But how do you feel about that route, like the skit comedy, and what do you see out there as far as that?
I'm glad you asked it. What you're saying is how I feel about them transitioning over into the stand-up world. Here's the deal.
Yeah.
You cannot cheat stand-up comedy. You can have
Mm.
55 million followers.
Mm.
When they see you online doing what you do online, It is totally different from the stand-up art. You cannot have any do-overs on your live stand-up art. Ain't no jump cuts.
Yeah,
Ain't no,
yeah.
let me just put it at this angle. It's just you on stage telling the stuff that's in your head. And even if those people come out and they support it, eventually they're going to see that this person that I'm supporting doesn't have the tools yet to suffice my comedy palette for stand-up.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
audience is smart enough to realize, hey man, that's not stand-up comedy. And then with stand-up comedy, you can't skip no steps. I don't
Yeah.
care who you are. I don't care how big you are. When you start doing comedy, you're gonna start from the beginning. You're gonna go to kindergarten. You're gonna do first.
Yep.
You can't. You know what I mean? You may have some comedians that are able to advance a little faster, but you're gonna go through all the hoops as far as learning how to do stand-up as everybody else.
Yeah.
And you could do what you want to do on having a social media presence, but with that live stand-up show, you can't cheat that. You can't cheat it. That
Yeah.
audience heard that joke. They heard them people did
Yeah.
not laugh. They heard it. You heard it.
You heard it. You
You
feel
can't
it.
cut that out. Let me delete that. And they heard that.
Yeah,
Keep
we
going.
live action.
We live.
Yeah.
So I think it becomes a matter of just people respecting the craft. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? A lot of people want to jump in, but they can jump in, but who lasts is what matters.
Exactly. Now I'm gonna
I
ask you
always
this.
tell people they want to do a set. I'm like, man, get on stage. Please get
Yeah.
on stage. So you can see.
Yeah.
So
Shit
you can
ain't
see
sweet.
what this is.
Yeah. Especially like early on when you don't just have that name established and people sitting there dry face already, but they stoned. Because they like, make me laugh. You know what I'm saying? You got to pull a laugh out of me. Earn this laugh. But let me ask you this, because I know comedy is sort of like hip hop. It's real competitive. So who were some of your influences early on? Because I know like you got an athlete mindset. Did you kind of watch somebody and be like, okay, I see, just kind of pull bits and pieces, basically like studying film?
Man, I love Don Rickles. Man, I love Don Rickles. That style of comedy was just pop, pop, pop. When he did the inaugural address for President Reagan, it was some time ago. It was a long time ago, but I would watch old clips of that. That guy was amazing. Of course, Richard Pryor, the storytelling. But like a lot of people were surprised when they hear me say Don Rickles. But like Don Rickles was he was fascinating. He was
I wasn't expecting that
dynamic.
name.
He was very energetic. He was just man. He was strong for me.
He was on
Very
it.
strong.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this, because I see you do a lot. You know, you've seen you do a lot of material. You know, you kind of talk about your son and you bring him into some of your comedy and some of your act. How is it being, man, in this day and age, man, being a Black father, and just how is it, you know, just fatherhood right now for you, man?
It's fun as hell. I don't know what the hell my daddy was thinking about. I mean, this shit is fun. Like you get the chance to bond with people that was in your balls. You really get a chance to create a human being and then have an influence on his life. Man, I don't even understand deadbeat shit. Like that's crazy. Like you tripping. Then they end up turn out to be somebody like me. Like, God damn, look, you missed out on all this shit. Nick, you crazy as hell, sir. Fatherhood is phenomenal, man. It has its challenging moments, but for the most part, man, like I've built a bond with my sons, and hopefully when they have sons, they'll have that same bond, and we just keep passing it down, you know, the lineage. But it's great watching them in one stage, and then you turn around and they're accomplishing another phase of life, and you're like, wow, they were just at this thing. So it happens fast. So I just learned to appreciate every moment of it. I don't take anything for granted. I love my sons. And we express the love, you know, openly. They see, I think more Black dads need to see other dads and their sons loving and hugging on each other. Dion and his kids, you know, you see them hugging and loving on each other. I think we need more of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I always respected that when I seen you, just watching from afar, because it reminds me of the relationship I have with my son. We talk about everything. He's 12 now. So he in that preteen stage where, you know, the questions starting to change up a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had to be prepared for what he gonna hit me with. So I just love seeing that from afar, man. Like you say, seeing that black dad, that black love, man, because it's so important seeing that in the household, man. And before we wrap up, man, I got one thing I want to ask you because I seen this when I was doing my homework. I didn't know you was a military cat. And then when I seen what you did in the military, because I'm prior service too, I'm army too. I seen what you did. I'm like, hey, that ain't no regular just, hey, I'm going to go join basic and do a couple years and get out. Like, you went through one of the hardest academies through the military, man. So kind of just speak to our servicemen right quick, because I seen you do a lot of touring and stuff, Afghanistan and stuff like that. So can you just speak on that right quick for all my service members out there?
Yeah, man. I went to OCS. It was different in Louisiana. You know, people that are going through OCS right now, that have gone through OCS, they know it's very challenging. And these TAC officers in Louisiana, they wanted to make it as hard as hell. They wanted people to know it was a 2-year course. They wanted people to know that if you came through the Louisiana branch, that you was really coming through there.
Well,
So yeah, man. Like, man, for instance, one time I'll never forget this time. They'll put somebody in charge of each person. Each cadet is going to get a chance to lead the whole company. Some point, each one you're going to get a chance because it's a 2-year program. Somebody's going to get a chance to lead, and it's my week to lead, and I'm excited about it, but I know it's going to be some bullshit because they're gonna throw some bullshit in the mix. You just not finna get through it. I don't care how squared away you are. They're gonna throw some bullshit in the mix. Well, anyway, this is what they threw in the mix on me. They say, okay, listen, we need you to have everybody in formation at 1500. Bam. Not a problem. I go back, get the word out. Bam, 1500. How did he want us dressed? He want us in Class A uniform. Bam, 1500 Class A uniform. I'm dispensing the information. I'm too easy. I'm dispensing the information. Bam. Class A's, 1500. Well, me being the leader, I got to have my stuff squared away. I need to be out in front, ready to lead off the rip. Okay. 45. I'm in that thing. Chilling. Yeah. Few people that early. People started to file in. Guess what? 5 minutes prior, I'm already doing my roll call. So when 1500 come, when he show up, already all present and accounted for.
We ready.
Man, the whole cadre came out, right? All the TAC officers, like 5 of them. They were in black hats.
Yeah.
You know, the regular uniform on with the black hats. They come out there screaming our goddamn heads up. What the hell are y'all doing out here right now? Like, we here. We 1500. That's what. 1500.
What'd you say?
I told you 1500. Yes, sir. You told me 1500, and I went back and I told everybody it's 1500. Why are y'all in Class A uniform? Here come the bullshit.
There you go.
Oh, I see what's going on right here. I told you to come down here at $1,400, and I told you in BDUs. Okay, I see what's going on.
Wow.
See, now he's finna turn the whole company against me. He's finna get him to turn and see how I respond. It's all these little mental games they play. Okay, since you guys don't want to follow directions, half right, face, front leaning rest position, move. The push-up, big ass. So they wearing our asses out. We in Class A uniforms. You hear me? The bear
for those that don't know what Class A's is, tell them what Class A's is for people that don't know. This ain't no athletic shit. These some cotton wool suits.
It's all the shit that they give you that's classy to put on. This ain't just the Class B's where you got the short sleeve. You got on all your shit with all your medals. You got everything on. You got everything on. You dressed down. You got your shiny shoes on. You clean as hell.
Clean.
Man, them people said, since you don't want to learn how to follow directions, I'm just going to have to drag it out of here. Bear crawl. We low crawling through mud in Class A uniform.
Jesus.
5 people quit that day. 5 people quit that day. They drugged the hell out of us. But yeah, that's a part of my history, part of my story, man. It's in my book. My book, for those that don't know, you mentioned it, The Journey Behind the Smile, man. I got the book is a must read. I actually have for people that don't have the time to sit down and read. I have the audio book. All of this is on my website. It's Dlay.com. But this is the big announcement right here, 9/11. Hear me and hear me good.
What we got?
I just shot my special.
That's
Just shot my special in DC.
That's
The
what's
first
up.
edit. Yes, the first edit will be out next week. Probably, I'm thinking around October. We've been sold it to somebody, so we're selling it to the highest bidder. We don't know what platform it's going to land on. We just say whoever
That's what's up, man.
the biggest bag wins. The biggest
Man,
damn
biggest bag wins.
Because more than anything, man, seriously, put the bag aside. I just want the people to be able to see me put out a dope project in which me, displaying my comedy. And a lot of people, that started following me recently may not even know that I do stand-up comedy because I do a lot of reaction videos. But it's more
that shit,
for
they're
me.
crazy too, man.
Yes. So yeah, the name of my special is I Want to Be Traded. It's talking about my childhood, my upbringing, me growing up in this dysfunctional household with these crazy characters and my grandmother raising us. It is a absolute must see. I can't wait for everybody to see it.
Tap in. Make sure you tap in, man. You been checking out any of the Olympics? I know you're an athlete. You just get the juices flowing around this time.
Yeah, man. Let me tell you something, man. Listen to me. You hear me. You hear me. You hear me, and you hear me good. I don't know what these athletes doing to make them run this fast.
Man.
But listen to me carefully. They had to make new cameras and camera equipment to keep up with these runners.
Real shit. I thought 7 people got gold yesterday.
Do you know how fast you got to be running to run 9 anything?
Anything. Damn right.
Let me tell you something. If I got up right now and went to my kitchen, it's going to take me 15 seconds. And I'm walking. My kitchen right there. If I ran, I'd probably get there in 12 too. Do you understand these men are running 100 meters
100
in 9 seconds? Let me break it down to you how fast it is. Listen, I need you to hear me. I need you. I'm gonna break it down. Let me just break it down for you. And I'm gonna get up out of here.
All right.
9 to run from point A to point B in 9 seconds. It takes 38 seconds to heat up a McGriddle in the microwave. I've done it. I've done the math. To really get it high without it burning the roof of your mouth, it takes 38 seconds. Anything over that, all that, they're gonna be. You can bleed all that out. All that. You can bleed your whole goddamn gums out.
Lose all.
Because McGriddle gets stuck at the top of your mouth. A lot of y'all don't know that. It's the type of bread they use. It ain't even bread. That ain't damn bread. Bread don't get stuck at the top of your goddamn mouth like that. Okay, I got you on something. My bad.
Hey, man. Hey. Look, I see you a self guy like myself, man. That's where the 9/11 come from, man. So look, I salute you, man. Keep doing what you're doing. You know the city pulling for you, man. We rooting for you, man. Love what you're doing. And y'all know how we wrap it up, man. We know how we wrap it up. Always visualize your goals. True testament to that right there, man. And accomplish your visualized goals. 9/11, Dlay. Appreciate you dropping in, bro.
Thank you, brother. Much success to you. I wish you more and more of it.
Yes, sir. We out, man. One.